I get the honor to bring onto the call Regional Director, Mr. Irving Herrera, who I am so grateful to work alongside. We've done 3 tours in Mexico together, 2 tours in Colombia. He's my interpreter, so I keep him working and busy, but he is building an incredible team over in Latin America, and there's more to come from him. So I am so grateful that he's here tonight and to talk to you, because there's nobody better to share his success than him. So Mr. Herrera, are you there?
Yes, I am. Ms. Driscoll, can you hear me?
I can hear you. There's that.
Awesome.
Bright,
well,
beautiful
I'm blessed to be on this call with all you guys today. I want to thank Ms. Driscoll, Ms. Johnson for putting this call today together for all of us. Especially Ms. Driscoll, as a lot of people know, she's an angel. She's a blessing to a lot of us. She's been a blessing to my life in ACN and outside of ACN. A little bit about myself, like Ms. Driscoll said, I'm a regional director with the company, been involved for a little over, going on 4 years. We've been blessed to be able to build this business, not just here locally, but internationally as well. Ms. Driscoll had a vision to build in Latin America 4 years before she even met me. And, that became true after we were, put our heads together and we were able to launch Mexico and then into Colombia. For those who don't know me, just a little bit about my background. I was born in Mexico, raised here in California. The reason I got involved with ACN was I was a sales manager at the time when I got introduced to this opportunity. And I love what I did. I loved sales at the time, not no more. I loved sales at the time, and I did pretty well. But what I came to realize is that I didn't have the time to be able to spend time with either my family or do the things I wanted to do. So I wanted to have options. So I started looking for other ways to create income, and I was blessed to meet Ms. Driscoll at one of our presentations. She shared the information with me. At that time, we were not even in Mexico yet, but I just got so excited of the concept. Got involved, didn't look back. One thing that I can tell you that I love about this business is that anybody can really do this business. That doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter where you come from, because I like hearing the stories of, people what they did before they got involved with ACN, because I had no business being in business. I didn't come from a business family. I didn't have no business background, but I can tell you is that the system that ACN provides for us, anybody can win. And that's what I get to share with you guys today is 3 keys to success on how you can develop this business. If you follow the system, you can have tremendous success, not just here locally, but also internationally. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If somebody can help me with the slides, I guess I don't have control of them here, or maybe I do.
You got control.
Okay,
you just got to share your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, I don't see the slides.
Irving, you need to pull them up. Do you want me to pull them up then?
Yes, if you can, please.
Okay. Technology, we'll get it here. Go ahead.
Perfect, there we go. See, everybody can do this business. Awesome. So 3 keys to success that I'm going to share with you guys today, which is the 3 top ones here, is that get customers, build a team, and attend events. And I can tell you that if you follow these 3 keys, there's really no way for you to not win in this business. There's multiple ways of us creating income, but if you follow these 3, you can definitely set yourself to be in a position to build a tremendous business, like I said, not just locally, but also internationally. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and get started on those. Can somebody get me on the next slide?
Hold on, I got to pull that up.
There. Awesome. All right. So the first key, like you guys seen there, is acquiring customers. So how are you going to acquire customers, or what is your first goal? So the first goal, once you get involved with the company, is to go acquire your first 11 services. And when I say 11 services, it's literally 11 services, not 11 customers. And just imagine if you get started, like Ms. Driscoll said, the investment to get started with this opportunity is $199. And like you can see here, in your first 30 days, your goal is to acquire 11 services, and you can actually make a bonus of $600. You'll triple your investment right off the bat. So how do you acquire those 11 customers? The first thing you want to do is probably look at yourself in the mirror and practice with yourself. We call it great practice, acquiring yourself as a customer, because you'll learn how to acquire the customer. You're going to go through the process. We're not saying that you have to become your own customer, but it's ideal for you to become your customer so you can be able to when you talk to the customers or your potential customers, you know the process and you know what you're offering. So that's going to be probably your first customer that you're going to acquire. Then also you can acquire customers by the people that don't want to become a business owner. Not, this business is not for everybody. So as you show this information, people will become customers, and there's going to be people that don't want to become customers, that want to become business owners. So you're going to get both sides of the coin once you share the information. Next slide. Perfect. So now, what are the services that we offer? In the residential side, you can see here, Ms. Driscoll did an amazing job sharing that information. We offer all these services you see here: identity theft, wireless, energy. Out of all these services, I can almost guarantee that 3 out of those 4 services you use every single day. And so you can become your own customer. And then I'm sure you do business with somebody, or like, Mr. Ismail that was on the call, he has multiple businesses. So I'm sure he probably offered himself those services and those businesses, and you can offer those services to other businesses. Don't be afraid to talk to those people. But now, there's one key before you go into offering those services. It's the second key. The second key is obviously sharing this opportunity. So when you talk to business owners, and when you talk to, just people that you know about a service, you want to offer this opportunity before anything. Share the information, let them choose whether they want to be a business partner or they want to be a customer. So the first thing you do when you start building your business and you want to build a team, you want to make sure that you make a list. Now, we all have smartphones, right? We all want to make sure that we go off our list on our phone. Don't do that. Why do we say write a list? It's because you can make notes. There's going to be people that might not answer. You're probably going to have to call them back. There's going to be people that might not be able to attend the first webinar or the first presentation that you may have. So you can actually have them put a note on there, and then you can follow up with them in a couple of days. So don't prejudge anybody. So just think about this. Imagine if somebody prejudged Ms. Driscoll when they invited her to, then when they can invite her to the presentation. They wouldn't have had a regional vice president that now has business in Latin America. Imagine somebody would have prejudged Mr. Ismail. Just because he owns businesses and he's successful, it doesn't mean that he's not looking for something else. See, imagine if somebody would have prejudged me, right? I didn't have no business background, so it would easily have been like, well, maybe he's not good for business, right? So you never know. So don't prejudge anybody. Share the information with everybody and let them choose. Make calls immediately. So you're gonna sit down with your leader. They're gonna show you how you're gonna make calls. I'm gonna share with you guys a script that you guys can use, but you gotta make sure that you do those calls immediately. Why? Because there's gonna be a time where you might wait to tell somebody about this information, and say you wait a month, 2 months, and say somebody else tells them about this information. I lived that, because when I got started, there was a cousin of a cousin that I didn't reach out to him right away, and he was actually lived in Fresno at the time. And when I reached out to him, he had already been in ACN. He was an executive team leader within the company, and I was like, oh my God, if only I would have called them and not waited this long. So don't make those mistakes, okay? And then number 4, we sort. When you're making those calls, all you're doing is sorting. You're just talking to everybody and seeing who's interested and who's not. That's the beauty about this business, that you're going to have fun doing that. Isn't it so cool that you just get to pick and choose, kind of who's going to be working with you and who's going to be your customer? That's amazing. So now, how do you build your business as a new IBO? As a new IBO, a new business partner, new independent business owner, your job is just to pique interest and invite. That's all you do. Then your leaders are going to present the ACN information for you via webinars right now because of the situation that we're going through. But usually those will be like an in-home presentation, maybe at a coffee shop, or even a webinar. So that's the leader's role. So then what's going to happen when the leaders show this information for you? You're going to get the results. You're either going to get teammates or you're going to get customers. Because remember, that's all we do. We just share the information and allow them to choose what they want to do. Okay, next. So now, this is a script that you want to make sure that you practice with your leader before you make the calls. This is a great script that you could use, especially in the time right now that we have to do webinars, okay? So it's simple. Make sure that you practice it. Don't obviously, I always tell people, don't sound robotic. Don't try to read every word for word. Kind of put it in your own words when you're talking to your guests, and practice with your leaders before you make those calls. So you become, and when you call, it's a natural call, okay? Next. Now, as you're making those calls and you're inviting people, you're gonna sort through them. So we have this the system that we kind of classify each person as a red, green, or negative or brown apple. We used to call them rotten, but I guess we can't do that no more. So they're brown apples. So people that are red apples are people that are interested, people that once they hear the information, like Ms. Driscoll. I mean, myself, Ms. Driscoll, when we saw the information, I don't think the presentation was done yet. When we were like, this makes sense, we're in, right? So those are the red apples. Those are the people that you want to spend 80% of your time. Then you're going to have people that are the green apples, people that are, have questions. They probably want to know, what companies we're affiliated with, or who's our wireless companies. Any questions they may have, you can answer those questions for them, but you only spend 20% of your time with them. Then you have the negative ones, right? The ones that no matter what you say, they're just going to say no. They don't want to be your customers. They just don't want nothing to do with whatever you say. Those people, they're okay. You just kind of push them out of the door, right? Let them leave. And if they're on a webinar, just wait till they log off. And then you focus on the green apples and the red apples. This is very, very important. A lot of people spend a lot of time trying to convince a negative person. A negative person, it's a negative person. Doesn't matter what you tell them, they're going to say no. The green apples, I always like the green apples because eventually they will turn red, right? With time. Sometimes it might take a week, it might take a month, it might take a year. I can tell you, Ms. Driscoll dripped on me before I got started with the company. She dripped on me, so I'll take that back. I was a green apple, and then I became a red apple. So for our green apple, for 2 years, she shared this information. For 2 years, she just kind of sent me information about the company. And then when I saw the information and what we were going to do in Latin America, I instantly became a red apple. So just remember, the people that say no, it doesn't mean no forever. It just means no right now. Next.
Oh, sorry, hold on.
There we go. All right, and then the third key is attending events. I can't stress this enough because this is something that, helped me tremendously, building a business, not just here locally, but also internationally. Why? Because the training events are going to help not only train you, but it's going to train your team. So just think about it. If you have a team of 20 to 30 people and you would have to spend an hour with each one of them, that's 30 hours that you would have to spend on training every single one of them, or just taking them to an event and in 1 hour, train all 30 of them, okay? So what's an event? What you're seeing right now, this is an event, it's a webinar. This is where we share the information, we'll do a quick start training on what you should do right off the gate. Then we have PBRs, which are private business receptions. Those usually we'll do them, obviously right now we can't do those. We can't be, I guess you could say we are because we're in everybody's living room right now or an office or anywhere around, the world. I know I have people here from Colombia. I have people here from California that are on the call, people from Canada are on the call. So this is a great way to build a business, but usually we'll do private business reception, meaning we'll come to your home, we'll share the information with your family and your friends. And then we have weekday bombs, which are their business overviews. Just like this, we usually have them on at a hotel or more like a business setting. And those we have them weekly. And those we usually do them, obviously, with everything that's going on, we can't have them now, but we are having them do through webinars. Then we have Saturday trainings. Once again, those we usually do them, live in person. But as everything that's going on, we're doing a webinar, which we have one tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing, amazing Saturday training because if you guys have seen, we're going to have top regional vice presidents, senior vice presidents. They're going to share the information on how to build this business. So think about it. These are individuals that started and went to the top of the company, and they're going to take time out of their Saturday to share with us exactly what they did to be able to get to the top. So if I was you, I would make sure that you get on these calls, get on this Saturday training, take notes, make sure that if you can record it so you can go ahead and play and rewind and understand what these leaders are saying. Then we have 2 leadership conferences a year in Lake Tahoe. I actually attended my first one last year. By far one of the best leadership training conferences that I've been a part of. If you want to learn how to develop this business at a high level, how to build this business, worldwide, these are the conferences that you do not want to miss. And we have 2 a year. I think the next one's going to be around September. I think the flyer's going to go out pretty soon. So you guys can make sure that you register for that event. You do not want to miss out. And then we have our, what I call the NBA finals, the NBA championship of ACN, which is the 2 international training events that we have. We have one in the East Coast and one in the West Coast. If I'm not mistaken, the next one's going to be in the West Coast. And so you want to make sure that you register register for the event. So I just got a message. So the next event for the leadership conference is going to be in November. So you want to make sure that you register for that event. So going back to the international training events, these events will literally change your life. And I mean your life in business and outside of business. This is where you actually can see the vision of the company. You get to hear from the co-founders of the company. You get to hear from the number one senior vice presidents, regional vice presidents from the company on how to develop this business. The environment at these international training events are amazing. There is nobody on this call or no leader that can actually explain to you or share with you the experience of being at an international training event. You have to be there. There is no ifs or buts. You want to make sure that you register. You want to make sure that you attend those events. And I'm glad that the next one's going to be in the West Coast, because some people say the West Coast is the best coast. I don't know. We'll make sure that we put the West Coast on the map after these trainings, and for us to build this business, bigger than what it is right now through the webinars. I know we're going through a hard time, but I can guarantee you once we get out of this, I mean, this business is going to skyrocket. A lot of people are going to get used to the webinars, which are amazing tool that we have to be able to continue to build a business, especially right now that we can't, leave our homes, that we can't travel anywhere at the moment. These are a great tool to do that. So next, the flyer that we have for the next event, I think it's coming up. Okay, so Saturday training events. So it's tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's about a 2-hour long training event. So make sure that you have time, set yourself aside, get a notepad, get something to write with, take notes. I mean, Senior Vice President, Mr. Mike Bisutti, is going to be on the call tomorrow, and you can see all the great leaders that you see on this flyer are going to be part of this training tomorrow. So it's going to be amazing. And then come Monday, we have another presentation with the Quick Start training, like we are doing today with Regional Vice President, Mr. Matt Seaver. So you want to make sure that you continue to invite people for the next Monday event. So if you're new, make sure that you start making that list today. Make sure you get with your leader, and tomorrow, right after the Saturday training, you want to make sure that you start making those calls and get people to that Monday night call. You want to make sure that you pack the call. Right now, we have about 94 to 100 people on the call. Monday call, we want to make sure that that's going to be 200. We want to make sure that we continue to build this webinar as big as we can. So, and it's not only for our success, it's also for your success. We are here to serve you guys and help you guys develop your business. Like if you have guests on the call, if you're a guest on the call and somebody invited you, most likely they're not doing a lot of the work right now, right? They're just putting you in a situation where the leaders can share their information. And that's what we're going to do for you every single day, Monday through Friday. And then Saturday, you get to get trained and bring your people to get trained with the top leaders. With that being said, guys, I want to God bless all you guys. Make sure that you guys stay safe. Make sure that you guys can